Hello, friends. I'm happy to come your way this evening on our Life Matters segment. Today, we are going to talk about a very interesting topic, which is issues of life. I know that when I say issues of life, you understand what I'm trying to put across. Many a times we are faced with so many issues that actually weigh us down, that we sometimes do not know how to come out of them. There are times that we are able to maneuver to get out of some of them, but other times too it becomes a hell of a problem to come out of such situations. And so what happens when we go through tougher times in our lives? What happens when issues around us become issues of concern that we may not even find lasting solutions to them. For that matter, I brought this topic up for us to try to raise some of the issues that we may be encountering in our lives, and then try to give out possible solutions to some of them. And so the topic, issues of life. One thing is for sure, that life and itself come with so many issues when we try to progress. As people, when we are progressing in life, we progress with issues also. I'm sorry to say this, but that is the reality. We our challenges get magnified when we also try to progress in life. And so different stages in life bring about different issues in our lives. And so there is always the need for us to address such topics so that we may be able to attain our full potentials and also to live our dream lives to the fullest. Let us now talk about some of the challenges that we may be encountering in our daily activities or in our different areas of life, and let us learn how to cope or solve them entirely. Some of the challenges we may be facing in our lives can, even if care is not taken, can even break us down. So there is always the need for us to try handling such situations with the best possible care, uh, in a very precise, concise way, so that we will be able to have a fulfilled life and have a better living atmosphere around us. One most important thing I identified, that before we even dive into this topic, let us not forget that as long as we live as people, as long as we breathe on earth, we will have issues that we need to address them. We'll have issues that we need to face them. But then there are issues that ought to be addressed. They are not issues that should deter us from realizing our full potentials. They are not issues that should to stop us halfway from progressing. Okay, and so I have tried to just advise friends that for us to address whatever challenges that we may be going through, we should first look at the situation at hand. What's so pressing about that situation at that moment, and try to solve that situation at that moment. We should make that situation a focus and deal with it to the latter, so that when we come out of it, it will not be a reoccurring situation every now and then. Now back to the topic, issues of life. Um, Issues of life, I believe that we all, as people, want to, if possible, enjoy our lives to the best possible way. That we will not be going through issues that will just pull us back and forth every now and then. And so, if it is so, I think that it is a must for us as people to have some guidelines as to some of the issues that we will be encountering in our lives, and then a possible solution to them. In fact, issues of life will always be with us as long as we live, as I said earlier on. So one shouldn't think that we live in a world that we may not be compounded with issues. No, every day comes with its challenges, but when the challenges come your way, you must learn how to face them so that it will not be a burden or it will not leave a lasting mark of regrets in your life. So the need for us to discuss it. Now, for the first issues, I have tried to carve, because the issues are many. They are a hell of them. They are so many that I wouldn't be able to share all with my friends out there, but I have tried as much as possible to carve 5 major issues or challenges that we encounter as people, and then try to raise some lasting solutions to some of them. Okay, and so the first issue at hand, as I have termed it, is what? Financial crisis. Financial crisis. I believe that I'm ringing somebody's telephone number. It is my telephone number. It's obviously going to be somebody's telephone number also. Financial crisis live with us. Sometimes they are so uncertain in this world, because the day you even plan that your money will be utilized in a very good possible way, that is the very day that you encounter one real situation that you need to address with all the money that you have planned to do something different with it. And so financial crises are so much with us. There are situations that sometimes when they come around, we find it so difficult to handle. Sometimes it comes our way off guard, okay? And some of the financial crisis may be unexpected losing of job, okay? You may not anticipate, or you may not see it coming, but it comes and takes you off guard. What do you do? Sometimes too, it may be an investment that has gone bad. It may be an investment that has gone bad. When it happens, that is an investment that has gone bad, and probably in this particular investment you took heavy loan for that particular investment, and now they are chasing you with lawsuits and all that. What do you do? Sometimes too, it could be that our livelihood is being affected, or is being hit in a very bad way because of probably natural disaster. You know, these are things that are beyond us. When we say natural disaster, it's something that is beyond us. And so when this happens, what will you do? You find yourself that one fine day you woke up and your business, where your shop is, where you work, has been just immersed in water because there was a heavy outpour of rain. What do? You know, you find yourself out of nowhere in a financial mess. What do you do? Now, I think that for solution, we must first, when we find ourselves in such situations, it could be more than that, just trying to just wrap it in a few ways for us to get solutions to some of them, because I know that financial crisis can come in diverse ways. Okay, but when you wake up one day and you find yourself in such situations, what will you do? Now, the first thing you must do as a person, that you must come in terms with the fact that this is the reality. This is what you are faced with now, because recovery will start from there. You must accept the reality that things have changed in terms of finance, because everybody's strength is money. And so if your source of livelihood, if your source of income has been slammed like that, I think that you must come into terms with that. And then when you come into terms with it, the next thing you must also do is that identify the cause of that financial crisis. identify the cause. If it is a loss of job, I think that the best thing you can do is that you try as much as possible to lay your hands on a new job. It doesn't matter if the job you get may not pay that much. At that moment, you need to free yourself from some of the financial burdens you may face, because especially when you're a family man, you're a family person, you need to take care of the family, because children, they may not accept, or they may not understand the fact that there is no money for food and all that. Okay, so you must do your possible best to lay your hands on a possible job, even if it doesn't pay much. You just start from there. And then if it is an investment that has gone bad, then I think that you must do your possible best to raise money to consolidate that debt. Because of course, if it is a lawsuit, especially if there is a lawsuit attached to it, then it becomes a serious issue, and you know what we are talking about. And most of the time, if it is a loan, most loans come with interest, and so if you do not do something fast to consolidate that debt, I think then you'll be looking at multiple payments, which may not also fit your financial difficulties at that moment. And so you try your best to raise money to try settling that, in order not to be in hot waters. And if it happens to be a livelihood that has been hit by a disaster or something, I think that you should try as much as possible to raise funds in order to inject into that livelihood, so that it will not go down the drain. In raising funds, if you have assets, valuable assets, you can just sell them for the time being, in order to use that money to inject into that business that is trying to sink, just to revive that business. Mind you that assets are always acquired, and so if you lose assets today, don't be so down spirited. When you work hard, you can always acquire and acquire more, and probably better ones. And so don't be down spirited because you've worked so hard to gain those assets, and now you have to sell them off in order to survive. If that is the only means, then my dear, you have to do that. Last but not the least, if all these options fail, then I think that you should fall on family members for help. You should fall on friends for help. You should fall on people that you know that you can easily get help from them. Please do not forget that a problem shared is a problem solved. It's a problem halfway solved. And so let us put shyness aside. Let us put other thoughts aside when we see that there is no headway out. If you can fall on family member, if you can fall on a friend who you know that can help you, do that. Share your issues with that person, and that person will try to help you. I believe that this first point has been helpful. Time is not on our side today. I have 5 carved points to talk about issues of life. And today, because time is not on our side, I just talk about financial crisis. Next week, same time, I'll bring possibly 2 other ones out, and then eventually we'll be unfolding the points and then the solutions to them. I hope that you've really enjoyed my time with you. I'm so blessed to come your way, friends. I really like coming your way, and I'm always happy when I come sharing things with you out there. I'm happy to come your way, but don't mix next week, because next week promises to be a wonderful time, because there are more hidden points that I will unveil to you next week. Have a nice time. Bye bye. Thank you for listening. Love ya. Bye.